consists of the documents listed below and bulletins issued in accordance with ITB Clause 11. Number 1 of which is invitation to bid. Number 2, instructions to bidders. Number 3, bid data sheet. Number 4, general conditions of contract. Number 5, special conditions of contract. Number 6, specifications and drawings. Number 7, bill of quantities. Number 8, checklist of technical and financial documents. Number 9 is the bidding forms. The DPWH shall post the complete set of bidding documents at its website www.dpwh.gov.ph and at PhilJeps www.philjeps.gov.ph for the general reference of the public for every contract to be procured starting on the first day of advertisement of the invitation to bid. Any prospective bidder or other interested party may thus view or download the bidding documents from the aforementioned websites. The bidders should note that the procuring entity shall only accept bids from the bidders that have purchased the bidding documents from the office indicated in the invitation to bid, or have downloaded the bidding documents from the websites of DPWH and PhilJeps, subject to the payment of the fee for the bidding documents upon submission of their bids. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically or online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to manual submission, the guidelines for the preparation and submission of an electronic bid are contained in the bidding documents. The DPWH procuring entity shall also make hard copies of the contract-specific invitation to bid available to prospective bidders upon payment of a bidding document fee in accordance to Appendix 8 of 2016 Revised RRR of RA 9184.
Checklist for technical documents. For technical component envelope, we have Class A documents. First, the legal documents. A, valid PhilJeps registration certificate, Platinum membership, all pages. Or B, registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC, Department of Trade and Industry or DTI for sole proprietorship, or Cooperative Development Authority or CDA for cooperatives or its equivalent document. And C, mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. And letter D, tax clearance per Executive Order number 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue, BIR. For technical documents, we have letter E, statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. And F, statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules. And G, Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or PICAB license, or special PICAB license in case of joint ventures, and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. And H, original copy of bid security, if in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission, or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. And I, project requirements, which shall include the following. A, organizational chart for the contract to be bid. B, list of contractors' key personnel. For example, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foreman to be assigned to the contract to be bid. with their complete qualification and experience data. Letter C, list of contractors' major equipment units, which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements supported by the proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be. And J, original duly signed omnibus sworn statement or OSS, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. That's all.
Good morning once again. In continuation, checklist of financial documents. Letter K. The prospective bidders audited financial statements showing, among others, the prospective bidders' total and current assets and liabilities stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. And letter L, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC. Class B documents. Letter M, if applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement, JVA, in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into the abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. For financial components envelope, letter N. Original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form and other documentary requirements under RA number 9184, letter O. Original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, and letter P. Duly accomplished detailed estimates form including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. And letter Q, cash flow by quarter. That's it.
Good morning. Criteria and procedure for eligibility check. As per section 30 plus 1 of the revised IR of Republic Act number 9184 states that the bank shall open the first envelopes, technical envelopes in public to determine its bidders' compliance with the documents required to be submitted for eligibility and for the technical requirements as prescribed in the said IRR. After opening the first envelope, the bank shall simultaneously conduct the electronic eligibility check and preliminary examination of the technical components of the bid. Electronic eligibility check shall be done by using the data and program in the DPWH Civil Works Application CWA. Only the participating contractor who submits the original receipt OR for payment of the bidding documents for the contract issued by any DPWH field office will be considered by the procuring entity to be undertaken with the electronic eligibility evaluation clause number 26(1) of the instructions to bidders.
For preliminary submission of bids, Section 30 of the 2016 revised IRR of RE 9184. Prior to bid evaluation, the BAC shall examine first the technical component of the bids using pass-fail criteria to determine whether all required documents are present. Bids that fail to include any requirement or are incomplete or patently insufficient shall be considered as failed. reading out and recording the following. Per clause number 27.6 of the instruction to bidders. A. Name of the bidder. B. Whether there is a technical modification or substitution. C. Presence, amount, and validity of the bid security. The presence or absence of each document comprising the technical proposal is per checklist of the required documents. Only the bids that are determined to contain all the bid requirements of the technical component shall be considered for opening and evaluation of their financial component.
For detailed evaluation and comparison of bids, Section 31 of the Instruction to Bidders, the procuring entity shall evaluate and compare in detail only the bids that are rated as complying for both technical and financial proposals pursuant to ITV Clause 26. The bid with the lowest price in the ranking shall be identified as the lowest calculated bid. To determine the lowest calculated bid, the BAC shall use non-discretionary pass or fail criteria, as stated in the IB, which shall include a consideration of the following: completeness of the bid, arithmetical corrections, evaluation on equal footing to ensure fair and competitive bid comparison. Rule on discrepancies per section 32.2.3 of the revised IRR of RA 9184. In case of discrepancies between bid prices in figures and in words, the latter shall prevail. Total price per item and unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item, the latter shall prevail. Stated total price and the actual sum of prices of component items, the latter shall prevail. Unit cost in the detailed estimate and unit cost in the BOQ, the latter shall prevail. The corrected per item cost for all items shall be the basis for the corrected grand total cost. The total calculated bid prices are obtained after making the detailed evaluation and corrections according to the above-mentioned criteria.
Post-qualification of the lowest calculated bid. Section 33 of Instructions to Bidders. If the BAC determines that the bidder with the LCB passes all the criteria for post-qualification, it shall declare the said bid as the lowest calculated responsive bid and recommended to the award of the contract to the said bidder at its submitted price or its calculated bid price, whichever is lower. Per DO 127 Series 2018 dated August 16, 2018, pursuant to Item 34.3B2 of the 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations of Republic Act number 9184, and to ensure that all DPWH projects are completed without delay, all bids and award committees, Central, Regional, and District I hereby directed to strictly apply, among others, during the conduct of post-qualification award of contract, the following guidelines. During post-qualification, the PAC shall determine the bidder's compliance through letter A, verification and validation of the bidder's stated competence and experience. Letter B, verification of competence and experience of the bidder's key personnel to be assigned to the contract in which the accreditation of materials engineers per DO number 98, series of 2016, and accreditation of project engineer per DO number 148, series of 2024, as form part of the requirements and against the minimum requirements under the bid data sheet. Letter C, verification of availability and commitment and or inspection and testing for the required capacities and operating condition of major equipment units. Letter D, checking the performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contracts. The BAC verify any of these deficiencies to be due to the contractor's fault of negligence. The agency shall disqualify the contractor from the award for the procurement of infrastructure projects. The result of the contractor's procurement evaluation system (CPs) should also be considered by the concerned back in determining the responsiveness of the contractor's bid before any award of contract.
The criteria and procedure for the award of the bidder with the lowest calculated responsive bid. Per Section 37 of the revised IRR of RA 9184, the BAC shall recommend the award of contract to the bidder with LCRB, HRRB, or SCRB after the completion of post-qualification process, within the period not exceeding 15 calendar days from the recommendation to award the contract. The HOPE shall approve or disapprove the said recommendation. Prior to issuance of notice of award to the contractor, the BAC shall check whether the contract is still within the bid validity period and all the legal, technical, and financial requirements shall still be valid. Within 10 days from receipt of by the winning bidder of the notice of award, the documentary requirements shall be complied before the contract may be awarded. In the event of this approval, which shall be based only on valid, reasonable, and justifiable grounds as provided for under Section 41 of this IRR, the HOPE shall notify the BAC and the bidder in writing of such decision and the grounds for it. When applicable, the BAC shall conduct a post-qualification of the bidder with the next lowest calculated bid or highest rated bid as provided in Section 34.6 of this IRR.
For the last topic for this pre-bid conference, summary of proceedings including clarification amendment of bidding documents through bid bulletins. This is under instruction to bidders, clause 11. The entire procurement process shall be in accordance with the updated 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184 and its implementing rules and regulations. The procurement schedule will be followed unless amendment will be issued. Bidders may request clarifications or any interpretation of any part of the bidding documents. Such a request must be in writing and submitted to the procuring entity at the address indicated in the bidding documents at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission and receipt of bids. The BAC of the procuring entity shall respond to the said request by issuing a bid bulletin. The BAC, upon its initiative, may also issue supplemental or bid bulletins to amend or clarify any provision of the bidding documents not later than 7 calendar days before the deadline for the receipt of bids. Any supplemental or bid bulletin issued by the Bids and Awards Committee shall be posted on the websites of the DPWH and the Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System or PhilJEPS. It shall be the responsibility of all bidders who secure the bidding documents to inquire and secure supplemental or bid bulletins that may be issued by the BAC. However, bidders who have submitted bids before the issuance of the supplemental or bid bulletin must be informed and allowed to modify or withdraw their bids in accordance with instruction to bidders, clause 24. That's all.
Okay, thank you. And last supporter, Leader Deo. So, any question, comments from the back members or any representative from the bidders? Secretariat, may I request whether we have none? Since none, our pre-bid conference this morning is adjourned. Thank you and good morning.